Hello and welcome into Sheldon High School and Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium, a site for tonight's 6A out-of-conference matchup between the hosts Sheldon Irish and the visitors, the Sprague Olympians from up north. Mark Randy and Giovanni Polito with you here, high above Sheldon High School. We're about 3 minutes away from tip-off between these two teams, and this should be an interesting game. Sheldon coming in at 14-4 on the season, 6-1 in their conference play, which is Southwest Conference play. Sprague coming in 7-10, 2-8 in GVC. Greater Valley Conference. These two teams playing a non-league game in the middle of their conference slate because they both have an odd number of teams in their respective conferences. This is the scheduled bye for conference play, so they figured they'd get together and play a game here today. They played last year as well. Sheldon won, and this is certainly a Sheldon team looking to make it 2-0 in the last 2 years versus the Sprague team.
Yeah, Sheldon definitely is looking to make it 2-0, and they're looking to avenge that loss last week against North Medford, where they lost by 7 points. And as we look at the score, the box score, Alyssa Maribel, she only scored 3 points, and she averages 8.9. So that's got something that needs to change. And then Hanson, number 22, also needs to score more. Her average is 13 points, and she only scored 5. So clearly North Medford did something on the defensive end that was able to disrupt this Sheldon Irish offense. And as I look at the Sprague Olympians, they look like they're a better defensive team than they are offense. So they're definitely going to have to work well on the defensive side if they're going to want to stop this high-powered Sheldon offense.
Yeah, that game for Sheldon versus North Medford, it was a tough one. They played North Medford earlier in the year at home. It was a 2-point win in overtime, but you look at, and you mentioned some of the point totals for the Sheldon offense in that game. First of all, they average over 60 points per game. They only scored 45. Credit the defense of North Medford. But Mirabile, around 9 points per game, only 3. Hanson, above 13 points per game, only 5. One consistent player was Cami Walk. She averages about 10.5. She had 10 points in that win. They're going to need a bit more from their guards play here in the future versus tough teams in the Southwest Conference, and here tonight versus Sprague. That loss for Sheldon snapped a 6-game winning streak. It was their first loss in conference play. They still are, I think, the team to beat in this conference, but things get a little bit murkier in the Southwest Conference. On the Sprague side, you mentioned their defense, pretty good. They give up about 45 points per game. Their offense, though, one of the worst in the conference. They average under 40 points per game. This Sheldon team, you know how they like to use that press defensively. This could be a long night on the offensive side for Sprague.
Yeah, I think this is a warm-up game for the Sheldon Irish as they prepare for the rest of the schedule against Roseburg, Willamette, and then South Medford comes here. So Sheldon's trying to figure out those little problems that they had against North Medford, and they're trying to figure that out, and they're trying to get that. As for Sprague, they're just trying to make something out of their season. They're 7-10. They're trying to take some positive. They're trying to get back to 500. And I think if you can beat one of the top teams in the Southwest Conference, I think that's a lot of motivation for these 7 seniors that they have on their team and that are graduating. So it should be a pretty good game, and we can expect to see probably a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it should be a fun one here from Sheldon High School. We'll take a listen now into the national anthem. Come back, you do lineups, starting lineups for both sides, and the tip between these two teams. We're a couple minutes away from Sprague and Sheldon tipping off right here on SheldonAthletics.com. Time now, though, for the anthem. We'll listen in. I'll be back right after this. Thanks for listening to Sheldon Basketball right here on SheldonAthletics.com. Mark Randy and Giovanni Polito here with you from Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. Now here's the national anthem.
For the national anthem, it will be sung tonight by Drew Jacobson. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant.
Nation song performed by Drew Jacobson here from Sheldon High School. It should be a fun game, for you tonight here from Sheldon High School. It's the Irish taking on the Sprague Olympians from the Greater Valley Conference. Time now, though, for the starting lineups for both sides. First, for the visitors, the Sprague Olympians, as announced by fourth-year head coach Casey Williams. He's 30-59 now in his 4 seasons here at Sprague. He coached before that at Lost River, a team at the 2A level, and had a lot of success there, 71-16 in those 3 years, at least 21 wins in each of his 3 years there. Looking to get that success here, transfer now over to Sprague. Their starting 5 looks like this. Starting at a guard spot, the 5'5" senior Kaya Brown. At a guard spot as well, the 5'5" senior Natalie Bach. And another spot here for this Sprague team, a wing, 5'8" senior Becky Harmon. Also a 5'9" post, Kat Olson. And a 5'7" wing player, the senior Abby McFetridge. Now for this Sheldon team, as announced by 8th-year head coach Brian Brancato. He's had a lot of success here in his 8 years, 149 wins, 51 losses, a winning percentage of about 74%. This team, they've gone to the state semifinals, they've gone to the quarterfinals, they've gone to the playoffs for 6 straight years under head coach Brian Brancato. And his starting 5, it looks like this. At a guard spot, the 5'9" sophomore Alyssa Mirabile. Also at a guard spot, the 5'6" junior Fallon Hansen. Another guard spot here for the Sheldon team, the 5'6" sophomore Michaela Skurlock. And a couple of the forward spots here for Sheldon, the 5'11" junior Candy Walk, and the 6'1" forward Amber Winkler. The Sheldon team, a couple of young players in the starting lineup, 2 sophomores in Mirabile and Skurlock, and then a couple more juniors, only 1 senior. The Sheldon team is certainly already very good, but young, they're going to even get better.
Yeah, which is surprising as we look at this Sheldon roster. They've got 10 returners coming back next year. They have 2 seniors on this team. So for them to be so good and so dominant in the Southwest Conference is actually astonishing, and they can actually compete with South Medford, who's been running away with the Southwest Conference for years.
Yeah, and Sheldon actually handed South Medford their first conference loss in 92 games earlier this year. And as you heard Giovanni mention earlier, Sheldon does host South Medford next weekend. We'll have that game for you here on SheldonAthletics.com. Ready for some basketball. Becky Harmon and Winkler the tip, and it's won by Winkler and the Irish. Controlled by Mirabile here, top of the key for Sheldon. Now left side it goes to Fallon Hansen. To Cami Walk in the elbow, pass to Winkler. Now into the corner it goes as Winkler dribbles it back out. Mirabile controls back to the top of the key. Into Walk, down low, 1 dribble, passes it back out. Now right back to her on the top of the key. Now a 3 left wing for Fallon Hansen, and it's straight through. Fallon Hansen gets Sheldon on the board, and it's 3-0. The Irish in front quickly. Now Sprague goes the other way here for the Olympians. The pass from Bach over into the corner is knocked away, and it's out of bounds off of Sprague. 1 possession, 1 turnover. That pass intended for Harmon, but it goes off her hands and out of bounds. So Sheldon going the other way. Mirabile controls. Now to Hansen. Has hit that 3, and she takes a screen from Cami Walk. Back to Mirabile facing the 2-3 zone here of the Olympians. Now right corner, Skurlock takes a screen, passes to Mirabile in the corner, steps back, passes to a cutting, or Skurlock makes a nice grab. Now into the corner it goes for Hansen. Another 3, this one's short. Offensive board for Walk, tips it back out to Hansen, who set up the offense again for Sheldon. Mirabile controls right ring for the Irish. It's 3-0, about a minute in. Now to Cami Walk to a cutting Winkler, a nice catch, and she's fouled on the catch. It's on the floor. Not a shooting foul. It'll be an inbound pass here for Sheldon.
Yeah, this 2-3 zone by Sprague is not really slowing down Sheldon very much. They're still able to move and still able to cut and get under the basket.
Now Mirabile inbounds, and there it is, under the basket. Cami Walk, an easy finish with the right hand. It's 5-0, the Irish in front. Now a full court press, but it's broken by Sprague. Brown down the lane the other way. Layup is rejected, but a foul on Cami Walk. Sprague, we see them calmly break that press and turn it into a fast break opportunity, and they draw a foul on one of Sheldon's best defenders, Cami Walk. On a line for 2 is Kaya Brown. We see the Sheldon team pressure teams through all 4 quarters, forcing a lot of turnovers, sometimes upwards of 25 a game. as Kaya Brown's first free throw is short, barely ticks iron. But there, Sprague able to beat that press relatively easily. Next free throw here for Kaya Brown. It's a 5-0 Sheldon lead, 6.5 left in the first quarter. High arcing shot drops in for Kaya Brown, and the Olympians have their first point. 5-1, Sheldon in front. Left side for the Irish is Fallon Hansen. Now back to Mirable, top of the key. Pass down low for Winkler. She leaps, but it's off her fingers, out of bounds. A turnover for Sheldon, their first.
Yeah, Sheldon was already down the floor before Sprague turned around, so this Sheldon offense going pretty fast here.
Another full court press here for Sheldon. Sprague looking to break it. It's controlled by Olsen at the free throw line of the Irish. Now a full court pass is caught. Now another one is taken away by Cami Walk. Down the lane, a 3-on-2. Hansen left side, drives baseline. A floater from 5 feet out is straight through. 2 more for Fallon Hansen. Quickly a timeout called by Casey Williams and Sprague. Well, we saw the Olympians. They broke the press that first time, but second time a turnover leading to a fast break hoop for the Irish, and they're in front 7-1.
Yeah, I think it was just a fluke on the Sheldon side. They were able to, the Sprague Olympians were able to break that press pretty easily, but then Sheldon got into the rhythm of the game a little bit, and now we see them kind of settling down, playing their game of basketball, and they're up 6.
2 minutes in, and Sheldon already 7 points. They've only given up 1. 5 points from Fallon Hansen. She's equaled her scoring total from the entirety of last game on the 26th at North Medford. It was that 7-point loss. 2 points as well for Cami Walk to go with the rebound. Back in action here as Olsen set to inbound, facing the pressure once again of the Sheldon team. Taken there by Kaya Brown. Pressure comes, gets it back to Olsen. Double team comes to her. She gets around it and dribbles it up the court. Now a bounce pass, but the pass bounces on the out of bounds line. Another turnover for Sprague, already their third. That was intended for McFetridge, but just a bit out of bounds. Now Sheldon going the other way. Right side is Michaela Skurlock for the Irish. Swinging around to the left side, now goes into the corner to Amber Winkler. Skip pass, top of the key. Now down low, it goes to Walk. Couple dribbles, spin move, layup is up and short. No foul, she wanted one. And the rebound for Sprague goes to McFetridge. Cross half court is Brown. The only point of this game so far for Sprague. Pass within to Olsen, 1 dribble, spin move, left-handed layup is up, off. Offensive board though, taken by Harmon. Goes back up, it's rejected, and the rebound goes for the Irish to Michaela Skurlock. Now Fallon Hansen, top of the key. Back to Skurlock, back to Hansen, now near corner. Goes down low. Tic-tac-toe for the Irish. A layup, though, missed by Cami Walk. Rebound again to McFetridge for the Sprague Olympians. Now right side for the Sprague team is Harmon. Pass goes in, looking for Olsen, but a foul on the pass that goes against the Irish and Michaela Skurlock. And it'll be side out for this Sprague team. And on comes our first sub. Emma Newman checks in, replacing Cami Walk for Sheldon. It'll be Brown to inbound for the Olympians, looking in the corner. And now finds some help in Olsen on the baseline. Spin move, left-handed layup is up and off, but a whistle, a foul. 2 free throws coming up once again here for Sprague.
Yeah, Sprague just trying to get anything on offense at this point. They're down 6, and I guess the best way to do it is through the charity stripe.
That foul was on Emma Newman just into the game and picking up her first foul. Free throw for Olsen rattles home. She has her first points in this one. Kat Olsen was a Greater Valley Conference honorable mention player a year ago, and she's 2 for 2 from the line here. 7-3 the score, Sheldon in front. Mirable controls, top of the key, splits the zone, pass to Newman, right-handed shot off the glass and good. A nice move from Mirable, finding a cutting Newman for an easy 2-9-3 Sheldon. Now full court press again here from the Irish. Double team comes, spinning away from it. Is Harmon, turns it over. Skurlock controls, finds Mirable, right side pass across court to Hansen. Drives in, baseline, throws up a wild shot. It's way off, but a whistle, a foul, and 2 more free throws coming up for the Sheldon Irish.
Yeah, the Sheldon Irish, when they are in the half-court offense, they're able to move the ball and get those easy baskets inside.
And that whistle is on Abby McFetridge. That's her first. 2 shots here for Sheldon Jr. Fallon Hansen, her first, rattles in. She has her 6th point in this one. She's set to be substituted for Macy Rainin, currently sitting near the scorer's table. Second free throw is good as well, so that'll now bring in Macy Rainin. Good first few minutes for Fallon Hansen, 7 points, and it's 11-3, the Irish in front. Full court pressure again here for Sheldon. Olsen inbounds, gets it over to Bach. Double team comes, picks up her dribble, finds Smilp and Olsen, and they break the press over to the right side. Now the pass knocked away on the ground, picked up though by Kaya Brown and Sprague. Now controlled again, top of the key there by Bach. Up to McFetridge, guarded by Newman. Spin move into the paint, drives in, right-handed layup over the taller Newman is off. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sheldon. 3 players were there. It was Winkler along with Skurlock and Harmon, and it goes off one of the Sheldon Irish members out of bounds. Brown to inbounds, top of the key it goes to Harmon. Now throws into the corner, Brown. Pump fakes the 3, passes instead to McFetridge, top of the key. Has a dribble. Now takes it off to the screen from Olsen. Dribbles in, backs on her defender, now passes it to a cutting Brown, and she is on the floor after a whistle and a foul. On the drive, not a shooting foul. And it's a push this time on Skurlock, hits her second, and she will come out here quickly as Caitlin Fouts replaces her.
Yeah, this Sprague team not really having an identity on offense, not able to move the ball inside, kind of like the Sheldon offense is able to move the ball.
Kaya Brown to inbound underneath her own basket here for Sprague. Throws it over the top, and it's sent away there by Alyssa Mirabile. Gets it right back out of bounds. Another inbound here for Sprague. Goes into the corner. A 3-point attempt for the Olympians is off. Barely ticks iron there from Kaya Brown. Pardon me, that's from Natalie Bach, and the rebound goes out of bounds off of Sprague. Sheldon takes over possession. 11-3 the score, 3:45 left in this first quarter. Thanks for listening on SheldonAthletics.com. Mirabile across the timeline to Rainin in the left corner. A screen from Newman. Spin move into the lane. Floater up and off. Offensive rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sprague. So it stays Sheldon ball. Nice move there from Rainin, but just couldn't finish the floater. 11-3, Sheldon. Mirabile to inbounds. Gets it to Newman underneath the basket. Goes right up, and an easy finish with the right hand. Her second bucket, she has 4 points. Full court pressure again for Sheldon. Sprague facing the double team. Gets it across half court to Brown on the right side. Drives past Caitlin Fouts. Now dribbles into the double team. Looks for some help, and finds it along the baseline. Passes to McFetridge. Now she's doubled. Loses the ball on the floor. Taken there by Mirabile. A 2-on-2 break pass up to Newman. Now over to Fouts, and it's taken now into the corner. It goes Mirabile. Her jumper from 10 feet out rattles in. Mirabile, her first bucket, and Sheldon in front now by 12, 15-3. Across half court for Sprague is Kaya Brown, picked up by Rainin at half court. Sheldon adding on here in front by 12, 2:40 to go in this first period. Now pass left wing to Natalie Bach. Guarded by Mirabile. Sheldon playing man-to-man defense here. Top of the key, Bach still controlling. Now finds McFetridge at the 3-point line on top of the key. Bounce pass over to Olsen. Dribbles into the lane. Layup is rejected, but a whistle and a foul on Sheldon. Is this one going against Rainin or Winkler? And it's actually on Caitlin Fouts. 2 shots coming up here for Kat Olsen. Fouts' first foul, and the free throw is good there for Olsen. Her third point. She's 3 for 3 from the free throw line today. Couple of subs here for the Irish. Mirabile and Winkler are out. Walk and Hansen back in. Second free throw is too strong. Off. Offensive rebound. No, tipped around, taken by Sheldon. The ball now thrown away, but tracked down by Hansen. And she's now fouled as she's bumped out of bounds by Kat Olsen. It'll be Olsen's first foul, and Sheldon will inbound at half court. Now Olsen is replacer after that whistle. Placing her, Taryn Simons for Sprague. 15-4, 2:15 left in the first quarter. Cami Walk just into the game on the right wing. Now swinging around the left side. A deep 3, Macy Rainin, and it's straight through. Wow. Macy Rainin, her first bucket. Sheldon now in front by 14. Bach across the timeline again here for the Olympians. Passes it to that far side. Over to Sophia and she's fouled as she gets away from the pressure of Macy Rainin. 18-4, a minute 52 left. It's Rainan's first personal, and Sprague will inbound here in front of the Sheldon student section. Inbounded to Bach, picked up about 40 feet from the hoop by Rainan. Now she drives in the paint, a wide open lane. The layup is up off the glass and good. The first field goal of the game belongs to Natalie Bach for the Sprague Olympians. Now Rainan left wing, skip pass into the corner. Hansen, a wide open three is good. Fallon Hansen, her second three-pointer. She has 10 points, leading the way 21-6. Sprague facing pressure again. Quincy Bay-Rudy loses the ball. It's on the deck, taken by Hansen. Rainan, left-handed layup is up and good. Sheldon pouring it on now in this first quarter. 23-6, 1:10 to go. Ball on the ground again. Nearly out of bounds. It's saved there by Sprague, and now a timeout called by Casey Williams, head coach of the Olympians. Good time to lose that whistle, save a possession, but 23-6, the onslaught for Sheldon is on here in this first quarter.
Yeah, we see the pressure by Sheldon really frustrating the Sprague offense, and then once they get that turnover, which Sprague already has 7 turnovers, and the first quarter is not even over yet, so that's a different story. But once the Sheldon offense gets the ball, they're able to move around. They're a very unselfish team. You see a lot of their players moving and cutting towards the basket, and then everyone for Sprague collapses in. That leaves a shooter open for Sheldon, actually, and they're able to knock it down.
Yeah, Sheldon 3 3-pointers already here in this first quarter. That's not their strong suit of this team. 2 3-pointers from Fallon Hansen, another one from AC Rainan, but they can show that they can hit it at times. That's happening here in this first quarter. Sprague, 6 points total, 3 of them from Kat Olsen, 1 of them from Kaya Brown. Those are all free throws. 2 points from Bach, the only field goal so far for this Sprague team. Setting the floor for Sprague, it's Simons along with Quincy Bay-Rudy. Sophia in there along with Natalie Bach and Abby McFetridge. For Sheldon, as we get back underway, Rainan, Hansen, Winkler, Newman, and Walk. Bach across half court on the right side, passes to Bay-Rudy. Pump fakes on the pass, now drives in, hands it off into the corner to McFetridge. Guarded by Walk, dribbles out of some pressure, loses the ball, picks it back up. Now it's knocked out of bounds, and who's it off of? Or is it a foul? It is a foul indeed on Cami Walk. A push is the call. That's Cami Walk's second. She's not happy. She thought that she had a right to go for the ball as it was rolling out of bounds. But she's whistled for foul number 2, and she'll be subbed out here, I believe, before the 1-on-1 free throw situation for Abby McFetridge as Newman checks in for her. 7th team foul already here in this first quarter. And it means 1-on-1 free throws the rest of the half until number 10 comes. But the first one misses, and the Irish going the other way. Hansen passes into the corner, gets it right back, right wing, a jumper from the right elbow, rims in. 12 points now for Fallon Hansen. Have yourself a first quarter. Now a turnover again, taken away by Macy Rainan. Lays it right back up and in. 7 points quick for the Sheldon senior. 27-6 now the score. Now breaking the press for Sprague is Sophia drives, baseline, kicks it back out of the corner. Ball knocked away, out of bounds off Sheldon with 15.3 left.
Yeah, if there's one spot where this Sheldon offense can improve, it's definitely defense, is the fouls. They have too many fouls at this point in the game.
Inbounding here for Sprague with 15 seconds left. Finds the safety valve. McFetridge at the free throw line. Now passes to top of the key. Pass goes inside, looking that time for Simon, but tipped out of bounds off of Sheldon and Amber Winkler. 7.4 left. Inbound here coming up for Sheldon. Or pardon me, for Sprague, I should say. Is this ball inbounded? That's taken away there by Fallon Hansen. 5 seconds left. Pass before Winkler. Now left side, Rainan. Late with the right hand is up and good as time expires. Executed to perfection. The turnover, the fast break hoop, and just like that, Macy Rainan off the bench. 9 points in this first quarter, and Sheldon 29 total in the quarter. They're in front by 23 through 8 minutes.
Yeah, that shows the unselfishness of this Sheldon team. They were able to get the ball, and they were able to find the open person streaking down the lane and lay it up for the layup. But for this Sprague team, they have 9 turnovers in this first quarter. That's unacceptable if you want to be easily one of the top teams in the Southwest Conference.
29-6. Sheldon, they average about 60 points per game. They're about halfway there already, and they still have 3 quarters left. If they keep up this pace, they'll break 100 for the first time this year. Certainly that is not likely to happen. This has got to be, if not the highest, one of the most highest scoring quarters for Sheldon all year. Getting set here for quarter number 2. Sprague just looking to stay competitive here in this quarter. They're down already by 23. You can just see that they're one of the same amount of talent that the Sheldon team does. Still playing hard, but see what happens here the rest of this one. It's Sprague ball as Olsen inbounds. Over to Abby Haas into the game here for the first time. Double team comes in. It's taken away by Macy Rainin. Behind the back pass, knocked out of bounds off of Sprague, I believe. And yes, indeed it was. It'll stay Sheldon ball. We're going to try to get a fancy pass there, but it knocked out of bounds. Substitution here for Sprague. Replacing Abby Haas is Kaya Brown. But another turnover, number 10 now for Sprague. Mirable to inbound for the Irish. Into the corner, ball taken away, though, by Kat Olsen. Turnover number 2 for Sheldon. Now across half court is Brown for this Sprague team. Top of the key, Olsen controls. Dribbling from left to right into the paint. Now a jumper from 15 feet out. Rims off. Rebound to Skurlock for the Irish. Up the floor, Rainin. Bounce pass to Bartram. Loses it and goes out of bounds. A turnover again for Sheldon. They had 1 that full first quarter, but already 2 here, 30 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to go a little bit faster than they're used to, and this team can play fast, but they need to slow down just a tiny bit.
Still 29-6, a 23-point lead for Sheldon. More full court pressure as Brown controls. Bounce pass up the floor to Simons. Up the floor goes again, and the ball rejected out of the court by Skurlock, and it goes off the head of a cheerleader for Sheldon. That was like a volleyball spike from Michaela Skurlock. We hope that everyone's all right down there.
That's something you would see in an NBA game.
Wow. Ball inbounded here from Kat Olsen. Goes to the right side over to Kaya Brown. Down low now, Simon spins, fires. The layup rattles in. Nice move there from the senior post, Taryn Simons, and it's 29-8. Skurlock pass to Walk, top of the key. A three-pointer, Natalie Bartram, and it's in. Sheldon just quickly down the floor and 3 more points, 32-8. Sprague, though, across half court without much pressure there from the Irish. As Brown controls, top of the key, picked up there by the point guard, Alyssa Mirable for Sheldon. Crossover dribble, a screen from Simons, passes left side over to Bach, and she's fouled as she begins her drive. This one will go against the sophomore guard, Michaela Skurlock, and that'll be her 3rd personal here in this half, and she'll be replaced quickly. As Winkler checks in, also replacing Macy Rainin is Fallon Hansen. 1-and-1 free throws again here. Team foul number 8. It's the first in this quarter, but 8 in this half now for the Sheldon team. Natalie Bach, 2 points, looking for number 3 right here. Her first one is straight through, so she earns a second free throw here. 32-9. Better scoring here this quarter already for Sprague. 6 in that first quarter. Already 3 here, about a minute in. Looking for number 4 right here from Natalie Bach. And she gets it as the shot rattles in. She has 4 points. 32-10. Sheldon in front. Mirable, 100 miles per hour. Gets the ball knocked away, but a whistle and a foul. A reach in goes against Natalie Bach for Sprague.
Not even 1 second went by before the Sheldon team already had the ball inbounds, and probably 3 seconds later, they were already in the half court trying to move that ball again.
Mirable very quick with the ball in her hands. She has it now, top of the key. A screen from Winkler, pass in the corner now, down low Walk. Pump fake, right-handed hook shot is straight through. 2 more for Cammie Walker, second bucket. She has 4 points. 34-10 the score. Driving baseline now is Harmon. Double team comes with a wild shot off the backboard, halfway down and out. Rebound to Walk. Now Mirable up the floor. Pass goes for Hansen. Behind the back dribble into the paint. Layup high off the glass. No good. A whistle and a foul. And 2 free throws coming up here for Fallon Hansen. She was Guarded there by all 5 defenders, split them all and got a shot up and earned 2 shots from the line. That was again the fast-paced offense of this Sheldon team, looking to get out in the break, and they did that there. Free throw for Hansen is strong off the iron. By the way, that's foul number 2 on Natalie Bach. 2 subs here for both teams. Quincy Bayruti checking back in along with Abby McFetridge, also Caitlin Fouts. And Emma Newman back in for the Irish. 34-10 the score, Sheldon in front. Second free throw is off as well for Hansen. Rebound goes to Harmon for Sprague, who now dribbles it up, hands it off to Kaya Brown. Double team comes, and the ball taken away on the pass, saved by Mirable. Fouts up the floor, taken away now by Kaya Brown. Turnovers all over the place. Brown down the floor she goes. Double team comes again, dribbles out of it, passes away, and a whistle and a foul on the catch there. Becky Harmon sent flying to the floor. This foul goes against Emma Newman. Team foul number 9. 1-and-1 free throws again coming up for Sprague.
Yeah, this Sheldon team is just so aggressive. They're racking up the fouls at this point.
Every foul here the rest of the way in this half. 5:53 left. Will be 2 free throws from this moment on. 9 team fouls already. That's number 2 on Emma Newman. First free throw is perfect for Becky Harmon. Nothing but net. She has her first points tonight. The senior wing, standing at 5'8". 34-11 our score. Next one for Harmon. Sideways spinner, and it rims out. Rebound to Caitlin Fouts for the Irish. Mirable up the floor. No one picks her up. Now passes into the corner. Hansen drives baseline. Back out Mirable. In the lane. Pass to Newman. One dribble goes up. And a tie-up jump ball. Nice move there from Sprague down low. That was Becky Harmon. Arrow, though, favors the Irish, and they'll retain possession. 34-11 the score. Mirable to inbound here for Sheldon. Into the corner. Newman. One dribble right back, Mirable. Into the corner, drives into the paint, loses the ball, picks it back up, pass to Winkler. Her shot's off, rebound to Sprague and Abby McFetridge. Kaya Brown, skip pass at the floor, Bayruti, and she is looking for a travel. Dragged that pivot foot on a jab step. Turnover for Sprague. For Sprague, that's turnover number 12 in this first half. They had 9 in that first quarter. A little bit better here overall, but still it's a problem in this second period. Into the game for the first time for Sheldon, replacing Mirable is Lisa Washington. Left side for Sheldon is Rainin. Skip pass to Washington over on the far side in front of the Sprague bench. Picks up her dribble, another skip pass back to Rainin. Now Hansen left side controls. She resets the offense here, top of the key. 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Into the corner. Winkler, now Washington, a leap on the catch, makes a nice grab. He controls right to drives in the paint, step around, loses the ball, but it goes off of Olsen of Sprague. It'll stay Sheldon ball. Better defense here this possession for the Olympians.
Yeah, but Sheldon moves the ball so well that sometimes Sprague gets into their heads and they get confused a little bit.
Hansen inbound, into the corner, Rainin, a wide open three-pointer is a bit strong. Rebound taken by McFetridge, who's been solid on the glass. Number 4 for Sprague. Now going the other way is Kaya Brown in the lane. Right-handed layup is up and good. I think Winkler got a piece of it, and it still went in. 2 more for Kaya Brown. That's 34-13. Now Rainin in the left side. Picks up her dribble. Passes over to Hansen, top of the key for Sheldon. 4.5 left in the second quarter. Now Rainin left side. Skip pass. Washington right wing. Pump fakes a 3. Back to Hansen. The 2-3 zone of Sprague working well here. Now back to the top of the key. Into the lane to Fouts. One dribble passes to a backdoor cutting Winkler, but she's out of bounds. Her foot on the line as she makes the catch. A turnover again for Sheldon, number 5. The 4th this quarter, and Sprague takes over. 34-13 is our score. Harmon across the timeline. Almost taken away by Macy Rainin. As Brown now controls top of the key. She drives past Rainin into the lane. Another layup, and it's sent away by Amber Winkler. And on the follow-through, Winkler got Brown right in the face. She got all ball up top, but the follow-through hit her right on the nose, it looks like. No foul is called as the block was clean up top, and now Brown will be replaced. We hope that she is all right. Replacing her is Abby Haas. A tough take that was by Kaya Brown. Haas to inbound, finds McFetridge, gets it right back. Her jumper from the baseline is an air ball. Rebound goes to Winkler for the Irish. Skip pass up the floor, Washington. Right wing, layup in traffic is too strong. Rebound goes to Harmon for Sprague. 34-13 our score as Sprague back across half court now. McFetridge dribbling into a crowd, gets out of some trouble. Picks up her dribble and now passes over to Haas, top of the key. He drives past Rainin to the baseline, picks up her dribble, now has an open jumper, but instead throws a skip pass over to Beiruti. She drives, and her shot is rejected again by Amber Winkler. Volleyball spikes it out of bounds, and it stays Sprague ball.
It's hard for this Sprague team because they do not have one player that's over 6 feet, while they are completely undersized compared to the Sheldon Irish team, and that's why we're seeing so many blocks.
Now it's timeout called here by the Sheldon Irish, and head coach Brian Brancato. 34-13 is the score, a 21-point lead. 3:19 left in this first half. It was a 23-point lead after one, so Sprague, they're winning the second quarter so far, which I think kind of surprising considering the fact that they're still turning the ball over quite a bit.
Yeah, there's some positives that you can take of this game, but this Sheldon team, they have gone to their bench a little bit, and then they kind of slowed down their tempo, kind of slowed down their full court press. But props to Sprague because they're able to move the ball a lot better. Their 2-3 zone is doing 10 times better than they were in the first quarter. Now, if you can keep it up, that'll benefit you the most. And maybe you can make this a competitive game. It's never too late to make a run.
29 points in the first quarter for Sheldon in 8 minutes. 5 points in about 5 minutes here. Much better defensive intensity for Sprague. And I think that's probably what head coach Casey Williams is telling his team. Keep playing that defense. We can chip our way back into this game. Sprague set to inbound here as Haas looking for someone to pass to. Finds underneath the basket McFetridge. She goes down, passes it back now to Haas. Skip pass, Beiruti top of the key. Pump fake. Ball taken away by Rainin. Down the lane she goes. Layup with the right hand, up and off. No good but a foul. And this one's going to be called a flagrant foul, I believe, against Beiruti. She shoved Rainin in the back as she was in the air. And that's unnecessary and excessive. So it'll be free throws and the ball for Sheldon as Rainin goes to the line. That's just a safety whistle there as the free throw rattles off. Just don't want to get that kind of contact while someone's in the air. Second free throw is good for Rainin. And now it'll be Sheldon basketball, I believe, as they inbound from under their own basket. So Rainin now up to 10 points here, the second Sheldon team member in double figures. 34-13 our score. Hanson to inbound, Rainin in the corner. A screen from Winkler, drives into the paint, throws up a floater. It's off everything. Rebound goes to Beiruti, and now she's fouled on the rebound as Caitlin Fouts grabbed her right arm. And it means 2 free throws here for Beiruti. Team foul number 10 on Sheldon. And for Fouts, it's her second personal in this half.
Yeah, this Sprague team definitely taking advantage of their free throws. I'm not quite sure how much of their 13 points has come off free throws, but they're taking advantage of it.
7 of the 13, more than half so far. Now 8 of 14 as the first one is in for Beiruti. 8 of 14 coming from the free throw line for Sprague. They only have 3 made field goals so far in this first half, but are down by 20. Second free throw is short. Offensive board, though, for Sprague, taken by McFetridge. She controls right wing, looking for a pass, or down low it goes. A floating shot is up and in by Sophia Uma. A nice finish, and it's down to 18 points. Top of the key is Washington. Drives in a wild floater is up and off, and a charge is the call drawn by Abby McFetridge. And the Sprague bench now into it a bit here, down to 18 with the ball back. That foul was against Washington. It's her first, and she's now replaced by Mirabile of Sheldon. So Beiruti to inbound, facing the full court pressure of Sheldon. Has it. Now back to Beiruti. Near side pass to McFetridge. Up the floor for That nice grab as she drives baseline, but a whistle as her foot on the line. Another turnover for Sprague, number 14 in this half. Sub here for the Irish, Bartram replacing Fouts. So Kat Olsen checks in as well for Sprague. On the left side, Rainin controls for Sheldon. A screen from Bartram. Now left side over to Mirable. Another screen from Bartram. They ignore it, and the pass goes far corner now to Hansen. Screen from Winkler. Hansen drive. The wild shot off the backboard. No good offensive board. Winkler goes back up. Can't get it to go. And the rebound goes to Simons for Sprague. Splitting the double team there is Bach up to Simons. And the ball knocked away from behind, but she recovers, picks it back up, hands it off to Bach. Into the corner to Beiruti. A three-pointer in rhythm is short. Rebound taken there on the offensive side for Bach. Now to into the corner, a three-pointer again, Beiruti. Short as well, rebound tipped, taken there by Olsen. Double team, she gets out of it. Ball knocked away, recovers it, double team in the corner, looking for a passer, throws it off the foot of Hansen, gets her dribble back, and now finds on the right wing. Wild action, now the ball tipped away, a whistle and a foul on Rainin, and that ends a wild sequence here on the right side of the floor. And it means free throws again here for Sprague.
Yeah, smart play there, bouncing it off the foot of the Sheldon player and getting your dribble back and then moving the ball again.
So 2 free throws here for Sofina who's had a nice bucket a couple possessions ago, and her first one rattles in. It's now a 34-17 game. This Sprague team is chipping away in the second quarter. Now 3 points. Her second free throw. Nothing but net. She has 4. Tied for the team high for Sprague along with Natalie Bach. 34-18 the score. Left side, Macy Rainin for Sheldon. Pass down low, Winkler loses it, saves it back to Rainin. Now Hansen, a deep three, top of the key is an air ball. Offensive board though, taken by Winkler, knocked out of bounds off her foot. And once again, Sprague basketball down by just 17. Checking back in, Kaya Brown, a good sign. She got hit in the face earlier and had to leave. But this Sprague team is staying in this. Brown now controls, picks up her dribble, finds some help in Bach, brings it across half court. Double team comes, now it somehow finds over there to Bach. Spins away from the trouble, now the ball taken away by Rainin. Bounce pass, what a look up to Winkler. Now Bartram left wing. Down low pass to Hansen. Now Winkler, a jumper from 10 feet out is off the backboard and no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Hansen and Sheldon. Sprague saves a bucket there. And they get the ball back. Now Kaya Brown, double team comes, passes over to Olsen, near side. A pass up the floor taken by Bach as they break the press again here. Does Sprague in the lane, Bach. Now a jumper, right side. Simons is off everything. An air ball goes out of bounds. And it's Sheldon ball here, 39.3 seconds left in the first half. 35-18 the score as Washington checks in, replacing Mirable for the final 35 seconds of this quarter. Winkler, top of the key, near side pass goes to Rainin. Skip pass, Washington, right wing. Dribbles back between the legs. Now to Winkler at the elbow, pass down low, taken away by Sprague. Olsen controls, 20 seconds to go in this half. Brown right side, crossover dribble, over to the far sideline to Natalie Bach. A screen, drives in the lane, around Winkler. Her shot is up, no good, but a whistle and a foul. 2 more free throws coming up here for Natalie Bach. A chance to get this to a 15-point game.
Yeah, the Sprague team finally getting their footing on offense, being able to get those free throws and being able to break down the press of this Sheldon defense.
And that's the first foul on Amber Winkler. Team foul, I believe, number 11. Like up to 10 on the board, but it's a lot of fouls here for Sheldon this half. First free throw rattles out, though, for Natalie Bach, who has 4 points to lead the team. 8.9 seconds left. 35-18. Sheldon in front. Second free throw is in for Bach. 5 points, a new team high. 6 seconds left. Washington across half court. Now to Rainin left side. Jab step. Down low. Bartram loses the ball. Picked up by Rainin, but no shot off in time. before the buzzer expires to signal the end of the first half. At halftime, the Irish in front by a good margin, 16 points, 35-19. But I think Sheldon, considering what happened in that first quarter, they're not going to be happy with this second quarter performance, only up by 16 after leading by 23 after one.
Yeah, if you're Sheldon, you got to go into halftime and you got to make some adjustments to be able to beat this 2-3 zone that Sprague is throwing at you. And then if you're Sprague, you got to find a way to beat this press and find a way to move the ball and get good shots. I understand you're undersized inside, but try to get those inside shots to your post, or maybe a drive and a kick out. Not that Sprague is a great three-point shooting team, but you have to find a way to get those shots and not have all your points coming off free throws.
29-6 at halftime, Sheldon had the lead. The second quarter, though, belonged to Sprague, a much slower-paced quarter. It was 13-6 in favor of Sprague in that second quarter. They only allowed 6 points in 8 minutes against a team in Sheldon that averages upwards of 60 points per game and had 29 in the first quarter of action. So much better defensively for this Sprague team. They were led on the offensive end by Natalie Bach, 5 points. Sofina had 4. 3 points for both Kaya Brown and Kat Olson. 2 points for Taryn Simons. 1 for Becky Harmon. For Sheldon, they had 2 players in double figures. Fallon Hansen had 12. Macy Rainin had 10. 4 points for both Cami Walk and Emma Newman, and 2 points for Alyssa Mirabile. At halftime, 35-19 the score. We'll take a break here for halftime. Come back in about 6 minutes, talk about the first half, and preview half number 2. Once again, at half, 35-19 our score. Thanks for listening to Sheldon Basketball right here on SheldonAthletics.com.
It moves fast, and all it is.
Also, to James Harden, triple-double with 60 points. 60 points and triple-double. Yeah, that's crazy. Cold-blooded by the Clippers.
The Clippers got the great end of that trade.
I think they won. But cold-blooded, they just signed him to a new deal. And I'm like, all right, he's going to leave now. He could have signed anywhere as a free agent. And now he has to go to the Spurs.
They're not done. They still want to trade DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 3 players and 2 picks is too much if you're Detroit. For Blake Griffin, who's injury prone, it seems like, all the time.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah. Okay, but I still think Alex Smith.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, but he's in a contract negotiation.
I think they agreed, like, to a deal to, like, I think they, like, agreed to mutually, like, maybe trade. Third round pick and a player they haven't named yet. Yeah. saying to go to the Niners for a while, but now they're set
No,
now,
I just,
baby.
yeah, Jimmy G. Pay him all the money.
Give it to you. They need to just sign him. Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Give him all the money. They could get Kirk Cousins.
I think Josh Rose is going to go to
Who do you think's the first quarterback drafted?
probably Josh Allen.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think the Browns should pick. The Browns should go Darnold and Barkley.
They have 1 and 4.
They have 3?
I just want to see what the 49ers can do. That's what I want to see.
The Niners to draft Roquan Smith or Micah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
And then folks on the offensive line. If Roquan Smith is on board,
I think if you're the Raiders and Saquon Barkley's there, you got to pick safety. Yeah. It's a stretch, but he's there.
They're probably going to go. I think they really like Roquan.
Yeah.
He looks so good. I don't think they'll be there.
Oh, folks.
Welcome back inside Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium as we get set for half number 2 between Sheldon and Sprague. The Irish currently holding a 16-point lead at 35-19. A bit surprising, at least in my opinion, this is the deficit, 16 points after the first quarter of action between these two teams. Sprague much, much better in the second quarter. And I think they're going into halftime, coming out of the break, feeling pretty confident in themselves.
Yeah, if you're Sprague, you got to continue to break that press, get to the free throw line, kind of like you've been doing, but also try to get baskets outside of the free throw line and do the other side of the coin and continue your great defense, because in that second quarter, you held Sheldon to a lot less points than you did in the first. So that's something you got to continue to do, and you got to get baskets.
They only gave up 6 points total in that second quarter. If you think, or if you extend that out to these next 2 quarters, so you're 12 points the rest of the way. Sheldon will only have 47 points, but that's still 27 points away from what Sprague has. So they need to get their offense going a bit as well. Certainly better in that second quarter. 13 points total, but they got to get a bit more rhythm here consistently on the offensive end if they want a shot to come back in this game as well.
Yeah, this Sheldon team needs to create turnovers. Sprague has 15 turnovers in the game, so they need to take that full court press. They need to create turnovers, get in transition, get those easy buckets that they were making in the first quarter, and try to extend this lead. Once head coach Brian Brancato went to the bench, that's when their lead started to diminish, so they need to get back into their playing, how they were playing.
Pardon me, back in action here, quarter number 3 in the second half as Sprague controls on the left side of the floor. As McFetridge has it, dribbles out of a double team, now passed into the corner. A jumper from Kaya Brown off the backboard and off. Rebound taken there by Handsome, and now it's taken right back away by Becky Harmon. A nice swipe there from the post for Sprague. Now top of the key controlling is Natalie Box. Skip pass near side over to Olsen. Path looking for the inside to Brown. She makes a nice grab, throws it back out. Now right wing over to Harmon. Passes down low. Olsen into the corner of the pass to Bach. Dribbles out of some pressure. Now picks up her dribble. Over to Olsen. Down low. Pass goes over to McFetridge. Her layup is up and good off the glass. A nice finish. Her first 2 points, and it's down to a 14-point lead. Hanson, far side pass to Walk, backdoor cut. Winkler taken away again by Becky Harmon and Sprague. Turnover number 9 now for the Irish. Pass into the corner. 3-point attempt for Bach, and it's off iron. Rebound taken there for the Irish by Cammie Walk. Up the floor, Skurlock down the lane, layup up and good, but an offensive foul called on Skurlock. Drawn by McFetridge. And once again, Sprague basketball. 3 turnovers in this half already for the Irish.
Yeah, just moving a little too fast there, and just Sprague player able to step in and draw the charge, and now they have the ball back, and they're able to get the ball moving and hopefully get a basket.
Foul number 4 on Skurlock. Rainen comes in to replace her. Cross half court for the Olympians is Kaya Brown. Picks up her dribble, has nowhere to go, and now finds Olsen on the right wing in front of her own bench. One dribble, now passes down low. Double team comes, ball taken away by Mirabile, and she has an easy layup. No one near her. Right-handed layup is up and good off the glass. Mirabile now 4 points, pardon me. 37-21. Across half court is Kaya Brown for Sprague. Crossover dribble leaves Rainen in the dust. Now passes to Olsen. Skip pass right wing. Over to Bach as she dribbles it back out, resetting the offense. Near side, McFetridge. Down low it goes. Harmon. Spinning hook shot is an air ball. Rebound taken by Walk. Up the floor, Rainen on the far sideline. Looking for a passer ball. Knocked down and goes right back to Rainen in the corner. Now Mirabile left wing. Top of the key, Winkler. Into the corner, Rainen. She is wide open. Time to think about it, and she misses the 3. Rebound to McFetridge. 37-21. Showing the ball knocked away, taken by Mirabile. Pickpocketed there by Rainen. Between the legs, behind the back dribble, the pass now knocked away out of bounds by McFetridge. Fancy footwork there by Mirabile, and she loses the ball out of bounds, and it stays Sheldon ball. Hanson to inbound into the corner. Mirabile, a deep 2, rims out, rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sheldon, and it's Sprague ball. 37-21 the score, 5:25 to go in this third quarter. Olsen controls. Now pass to Harmon, back to Olsen on the right side, dribbles out of some pressure, now is trapped, and a timeout called by head coach Casey Williams of Sprague, sensing that his team might be whistled there for a 10-second violation. Stops the play in its tracks. 37-21 the score, 5:15 to go in this third quarter. Bit more positives here, I still think, in this quarter for Sprague. Only 2 points, but only 2 points allowed as well for Sheldon. The defense is still playing very well for this Sprague team.
Yeah, this Sheldon defense, getting back to what they were doing in the first quarter, creating turnovers, moving the ball. Now they just need to be able to get those easy shots and get those lay-ins that will help build up this lead, and this Sprague team needs to move the ball. Don't get caught in that press because you're just going to dig yourself in a hole again.
Sheldon, they had 29 points in the first 8 minutes. Since then, in about 11 minutes of action, they have 8 points. Back in action here as a Bach brings the ball across half court for Sprague. Throws the ball up to Olsen. Ball knocked away out of bounds, though, off Cammie Walk. It stays Sprague basketball. The ball was tipped near half court. Walk almost corralled it, but it goes off her. Bach, top of the key, dribbles. Now a pass over to the right side to Harmon. Drives, baseline layup is rejected. Gets her own offensive rebound, but the ball knocked away off of her. And it becomes Sheldon Ball. Another turnover for Sprague. That's number 18. Now the ball thrown away by Sheldon. It goes off of Rainin. Another turnover for the Irish. That's number 10. Like that, back to Sprague. Olsen inbounds it, nearly hands it off to Bach. Now she dribbles in to Olsen in the far corner. Dribbles back to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, has nowhere to go. Passes down low, a nice catch by Harmon. Passes it back out to McFetridge in front of her own bench. Has a dribble, but passed into the corner. Ball tipped away by Hansen off her as it goes out of bounds. The offense here for Sprague a bit stagnant. 37-21 is the score. Olsen to inbound again. Throws it over the top of the defense. Finds Bach. Now she dribbles baseline. Pass to Olsen. Her deep two from the corner is short. Off iron. Rebound tipped out of bounds off McFetridge. And Sheldon Ball.
Yeah, if you're Sprague, you want to try and get easier baskets. Those long twos are not going to work to try and beat this Sheldon team.
Sheldon now across half court via Mirabile. Drives into the paint, pass to Walk. One dribble goes up, left-handed finish, and it drops. Cammie Walk now with 6 points, and it's back to an 18-point lead for the Irish. Passes over to Olsen, and she loses the ball. Picked up there by Rainin. Layup is good, and the foul. Macy Rainin has stealing balls, though, down to an art form. Takes that one away, and the layup and the foul. A free throw coming up for the three-point play.
Yeah, this is what Sheldon wants to do. They want to create turnovers. They want to move the ball quickly, and they want to get those easy baskets. So if you're Sprague, you want to try and break that press and not give them those easy baskets.
Emma Newman now checks in for Amber Winkler before the free throw. Also, Taryn Simons checks in for Kat Olsen. Just got the foul charge, her number 3. Free throw is good for Rainin. She completes the three-point play. Now a game-high 13 points for her off the bench. McFetridge throws it up the floor, and it's across half court now to Becky Harmon. Back to a 21-point lead now for Sheldon. 42-21, a mini 5-0 run. Now pass to in the corner. Thought about a three. Passes down low to Simons. Back to left side. Now a bounce pass into Simons, turning hook shot off, but a whistle and 2 free throws coming here for Sprague. Team foul number 2 now on the Irish, and that one goes against Macy Rainin. It's her 3rd. Simons, 2 points, them coming in the first half. Her first free throw rattles in. She now has 3. 42-22, 3:43 left. If Sprague has a win in them tonight, they need to run here to end this third quarter. Second free throw is off. Rebound goes to Walk for the Irish. 42-22, 3:40 to go. Pass into the corner, Hansen. Now Mirabile, right winger, 3 is way off. Offensive rebound, Rainin. Her putback layup is no good. Rebound taken, though, by Hansen, top of the key. Now into the corner, Rainin. Skip pass, right side Hansen. A wide open 3 from the wing is off. Fine rebound taken by Rainin. One look pass down to Walk. Down low to Hansen. Throws it up, and it's good. Fallon Hansen gets a look what I found bucket, and she has 14 points. Now the other way moves Sprague. Top of the key is Bach. Down by 22. Picks up her dribble. Comes to help here near side. Now to Simons, loses the ball, taken away by Mirabile. Up the floor, the pass goes for Rainin. An easy fast break. No, she passed it to Walk towards the defense. Walk is fouled, and she goes crashing down to the floor. 2 free throws coming up here for Cammie Walk. It looked like Rainin, though, had an easy wide open layup, but passed it off.
Yeah, Rainin should have kept that ball. You get an easy 2, and now you have 2 free throws that should be automatic, but aren't always.
That foul goes against McFetridge. It's her 2nd. And here's the first free throw for junior Cammie Walk, and it rattles in. 7 points now for Cammie Walk. Substitution here for Sprague. Natalie Bach checks out. Replacing her is Quincy Bayruti, the junior post at 5'11". Second free throw now for Cami Walk. Hit her first. To get up to 7 points. It's good as well. So 2 points regardless on that trip. And they get another foul on Abby McFetridge. Now Fouts checks in, replacing the free throw shooter Cami Walk after she went 2 for 2 from the line. Back in the game as well, Abby Haas for Sprague, and she brings it across half court. Spin move. Picks it up top of the key. Now dribbles towards the corner. Double team comes. Needs some help. Finds a cutting Down the lane. Layup is off the glass. No good, but a foul. And she headed the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, if you're Sprague, that's what you want to do. You want to get in the lane. You want to try and get those layups and cut into this lead, because that's what Sheldon's doing, and that's what's gotten them this big lead up to this point.
That foul's on Emma Newman, her third. Sophina free throw off to the right. It misses. Just 4 points. It was 2 for 2 from the line, now 2 for 3 with that miss. 46-22 the score, 2:36 left in the third quarter. Second free throw. Straight through. She now has 5 points. Tied for the team high. Pass into the corner for Sheldon Rainin. Drives, baseline, pass underneath to Newman. Goes up off the glass. No good. Offensive board for Fouts. And she's pushed out of bounds there by Sprague. That whistle goes against Terrence Simons, and it'll be an inbound here from under their own basket for the Irish.
Yeah, this Sprague team needs to go up for the rebounds. They're just standing around looking at the ball while the Sheldon team is actually going in and grabbing those offensive rebounds.
Mirable to inbound into the corner. Wide open three-pointer for Rainin, and it's straight through. Nothing but net. Macy Rainin. She has 16 points to lead all scorers. Another pass up the floor here for Sprague. Skip pass near side, taken across half court by Picked up by Washington of the Irish. Now a screen set by McFetridge. Pass down low, tipped away, taken by the Irish. Down the lane, Mirable looking for a passer. Pass to Washington, goes up, right-handed shot, and it drops. Washington, their first 2 points. The fast break worked to perfection there by Mirable. 51-23 the score. Press broken here by Sprague as Haas controls top of the key, but back to a large lead here for the Irish at 28 points. Now the ball tipped away, and Rainin comes up with it. A one-on-one break. Euro step, layup is off. Rebound tipped, and it is saved there by Mirable. Now Washington, top of the key. A floater off the glass and good. Lisa Washington back-to-back buckets, and a 30-point lead for the Irish. 53-23, 1:22 left. Sheldon here late in this third quarter, really turning it on the offensive end.
Yeah, this Sheldon team not doing anything crazy. They're just doing the basics, doing the fundamentals of basketball, and they're able to get on these fast breaks, able to get those easy layups.
And they're really showing the hustle as well. They're going after every single loose ball, bodies on the floor, saving balls from going out of bounds, and it's a big reason why they've been able to build up this lead. It was as few as 14 points in this third quarter. Now it's up to 30 points, 53-23. A big turnaround here the last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, and now Sprague is up to 22 turnovers. So we can see that defense is creating offense, and Sheldon is able to get those easy baskets, and then they're knocking down their free throws. And like you mentioned, they're getting on those loose balls, and they're able to get second and even third chances on the offensive end.
1:22 to go here in this third quarter, and this a bit more what we would have expected here after the first quarter of action. The Sheldon 5 out there on the floor. Fouts, Bartram, Washington, Newman, and Hansen. And for Sprague, Bayruti, along with Haas, Simons, go with McFetridge as well. It'll be Bayruti to inbound here for the Olympians. Takes a pass, now it's taken there by in the corner, but double team comes far side. She splits it, dribbles the floor, and a whistle, and she's on the line. Good trap defense there from the Irish, forcing that turnover. It was Bartram there. Forcing to go out of bounds. Turnover for Sprague. That's number 23. Washington top of the key for the Irish. Pass into the corner. Now down low, Newman. Layup is rejected by Bayruti. Rebound goes to for Sprague. She's now across half court, picked up by Hansen. for Sprague. Now right side, driving into the paint. Haas, layup is up, no good. And a foul. 2 free throws coming up for Abby Haas, the freshman guard, getting into the action here for Sprague.
Yeah, smart by Abby Haas to be able to drive in and try and get that layup. And sometimes it doesn't go for you, but you get 2 free throws out of it.
Abby Haas, the 5'8" freshman guard. First free throw a bit strong as it misses off back iron. 53-23 the score, 57.4 left in this third quarter. Haas' second free throw, high arcing shot, and it drops. And now we have a substitution here for Sprague. As Bach checks in, replacing Beyrouti. Checking back in, Brown along with Olsen, replacing Haas and Simons. Washington across half court for the Irish, moving from left to right here in half number 2. Now right wing, Bartram picks up her dribble back to Washington, takes a screen there from Newman. Now drives into the paint, kicks it out. Into the corner, it's Bartram now. A screen from Fouts. Top of the key, Newman. Now in the right corner, pump faking a 3 is Hansen. Pass, skip pass now into the corner. Washington drives baseline, throws up a shot, and it's off iron. Rebound taken by And now feeds over to Brown across half court for Sprague. Picks up her dribble and finds it to Olsen. Pass it over left side of the ball, tipped away, taken though by Sprague as they control. Controlled by Bach, drives in a jumper from 10 feet out off iron. Rebound taken there by Simons. And that's some trouble, now kicks it near side, pass to Brown, her 3 is off. Offensive board though for Now into the corner. Bach drives in, 1 second left, throws up a shot, a whistle and a foul. 2 free throws here before the buzzer. As it'll send Natalie Bach to the line here for 2 free throws without any time left on the clock. 53-24 is the score. Natalie Bach, 5 points, tied for the team high for Sprague through 3 quarters. Just about through 3 quarters. First one is up and good. 6th point of the game for Natalie Bach. She was Greater Valley Conference 2nd team player a year ago. Having a good game here tonight versus one of the better teams in the state. Second shot is up and off for Natalie Bach, and that does it here for quarter number 3. 53-25 is the score at half. Sheldon, they were up by as many as 30 in this third quarter, but a 28-point lead. Certainly Sheldon happier about this third quarter as opposed to the second period.
Yeah, Sheldon able to get those turnovers, able to get those easy baskets. I sound like a broken record at this point, but that's what's happening is Sheldon is able to do the fundamentals correctly, get that pressure on the Sprague offense, and get those steals and get those easy baskets, and they're making their free throws. 53-25 the score. The second quarter was 13-6 in favor of Sprague. Third quarter, nearly the complete opposite, 18-6 in favor of Sheldon. They outscored the Olympians by 12 points in that quarter alone, and they have now an 28-point lead here through 3 quarters. Setting the floor here for the Irish. They have Mirabile, Rainin, Winkler, Skurlock, and Walk. For Sprague, Brown to go with Harmon, Olsen, McFetridge, and Bach. Left side is Rainin for the Irish. Skip pass over to the near side to Mirabile. Now pass Winkler. Near the baseline, passes it back though to Mirabile on the right wing. Giving her baseline, but she goes to the left away from a screen. Now a pass top of the key, down low, Walk, 1 dribble, turns, fires, off glass and good for Cami Walk. She's in double figures with 10 points now for the Irish, 55-25. Gaia Brown dribbling from left to right, passes now over to Becky Harmon. Bounce pass down low, McFetridge. Back to Brown, drives in the lane, floater is up, barely takes the iron off. Rebound goes to Mirabile for the Irish. Up the floor, her pass a bit too far in front of Rainin. Goes out of bounds, a turnover for Sheldon. Looked like Rainin was going towards the corner, but Mirabile thought she was going to cut to the basket. Sprague now across half court. No, the ball taken away again by Rainin. Layup, left hand, rattles up and in. Macy Rainin steals and points in transition as
I'd have to keep this game close just on those alone. 25-57, Sheldon in front. Driving baseline now as Brown loses the ball. The ball taken out, taken by Olsen. Now back into the corner. A three-pointer for Bach is short. Gets her own board and a whistle on the rebound. And I believe this will go against Cami Walk, and indeed it will.
Yeah, this Sprague team finally crashing the boards, able to get those rebounds, able to find the open person. And it seems like their offense is finally getting in a flow. Now they just need to put the ball in the basket.
A 32-point lead for Sheldon, 57-25. Brown inbounds, finds Olsen, goes up, shot blocked, rebound tipped, taken there by Mirabile. Up to Skurlock, right wing. No numbers, she pushes anyways, and a foul called on the drive. The defender there, Bach, pushed Skurlock there on the hip. Calling for a foul, and it'll be an inbound pass here for the Irish. It's Bach's third personal foul. Mirabile set to inbound here for Sheldon. Throws it over the top, taken by Cami Walk near half court. Back to Mirabile, right wing now for the Irish. Rainin controls, top of the key, looking for a passer. Finds Skurlock, top of the key. Now Mirabile, right wing. Are close as she drives past the defender, throws a shot off everything. Rebound is tipped out of bounds off of Winkler and becomes Sprague basketball. But before that, a timeout called by Sheldon. The 30-second variety. 57-25, the score, Sheldon in front. 6:15 to go in regulation. This game likely out of reach, but still a lot at stake here for Sprague. They can get back that second quarter full, and they can feel good about themselves heading into the next week.
Yeah. So this Sheldon team needs to definitely just build momentum here going into their next couple of games as they play at Roseburg and at Willamette. So their next two games are on the road, which is, I'm sure, a tough environment. So you just need to get your feet under you and just forget about this loss against North Medford and take this win and take what you've been doing and apply it on Friday.
57-25 the score as they're back in action here at Sheldon High School. Sheldon showing about a three-quarter court press now as Brown brings it across the timeline herself. Now controls top of the key here. Crossover, gets past Rainin, picks up her dribble, now loses it, picks it back up, has another dribble. Now she drives down the lane, pass underneath, it goes Harmon. Her shot is rejected from behind, but a foul. And she'll go to the line for a couple of shots as she hits the deck.
Nice job for Sprague, trying to find that open player as their Sheldon is double teaming. So they're finding that open player, they're finding that easy shot at the basket, which is what Sheldon's been doing all game.
That foul is on Winkler, just her second. She's been all over. A lot of rejections, only 2 fouls though. First free throw is up and good for Becky Harmon, her second point. 57-26 the score. Second free throw, Harmon is strong. Rebound taken by Cami Walk. She tracks it down in motion across half court. Down the lane, fake pass, layup is too strong and off. Rebound to Olsen for Sprague. Now across half court, Kaya Brown for this Sprague team. Right wing, driving now Harmon. Layup is rejected by Cami Walk. Two hands just sent it back down. Looked like a volleyball block at the net. It goes out of bounds off her, and it stays Sprague ball. 57-26, Sheldon in front. McFetridge, right wing for Sprague. Now dribbles into the paint. Layup is off, and the ball knocked away by Rainin, but a foul called on the shot attempt. It goes against Walk. She thought she was straight up and standing still, but she was called for a foul up top. It's number 4 on Walk, and 2 free throws coming up here for McFetridge.
Yeah, it's hard for the Sprague team to get those easy baskets because they're so undersized compared to the Sheldon team.
McFetridge, 2 points here, looking for some more from the line. Her first free throw drops for the senior 5'7" wing. Having to play a bit more of a post role, as you mentioned, because this team a bit undersized. Second free throw for McFetridge. Straight through as well. 4 points for Abby McFetridge. And back to a 29-point lead for the Irish, 57-28. Cami Walk, left side, passes to Rainin. The game's leading scorer. Now skip pass, right side, back to Walk. Mirabile, top of the key. Now Rainin on the right side. Passes down low, ball tipped away, and it's taken by Sprague. 3 players down on the floor. and a whistle as Cammie Walk a bit shaken up. She gets back up slowly, and she waves off her team, says, I'm all right, I'll stay into this game. But she will be taken out by head coach Brian Brancato. She was slow to get up, but she's walking off completely fine under her own power. Newman checks in along with Bartram. Rainen also out of the game here for the Irish. 5 minutes to go as Sprague controls. Right side, McFetrich looks for a passer. Finds Olsen top of the key. Now she dribbles once, picks it back up. Passed it over to Bach, near side. Now a screen from Olsen. Bach steps back to the three-point line, picked up by the 6'1" Amber Winkler. Now a spin move in the lane goes Harmon, loses the ball, taken by Mirabile. A 3-on-2 break. Mirabile passes right side, three-pointer for Skurlock, and it's good. Michaela Skurlock, her first bucket, and it's 60-28 Sheldon. Kaya Brown across half court for Sprague. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in regulation. On the right side for Sprague is Harmon. Loses her dribble, throws the ball off the foot of Bartram. Ball on the ground and a tie-up. Jump ball is the call. Arrow favors Sprague. Now we have a shift change here for Sprague. 4 new players in. Beyrouti, Simons, along with Haas. Staying in the game is McFetrich. Controlling top of the key is Haas. Picks up the ball. Dribbles it again after she lost it. Drives into the paint looking for a pass or a skip pass. Into the paint, loses the ball, and a whistle for a foul. That's why lost possession of that one. A slap down on the wrist it looked like, and this foul goes against Lisa Washington. It is her second. And it's 1-on-1 free throws here for Sprague. So far today, 5 points, now 6 with that one from the line. She started to run back on defense, forgot it was a 1-on-1 free throw, and she had another one after she made the first. Second for is good as well. It's a nice shot from the line. She's made 5 free throws this game. 7 points for her, 60-30, Sheldon in front. Top of the key, Washington. Now controlling the far side is Bartram. Now the pass goes over for Skurlock, and it's thrown away out of bounds off the hands of Skurlock. Turnover for the Irish. That's number 13. And Sprague takes over possession. Top of the key here for Sprague is Abby Haas. Picks up her dribble. Near side to Beyrouti. A screen, she drives into the paint, a floater, rims up and in. Nice move there from Beyrouti. Her first bucket on this one. Now far side, Bartram, a 3 in transition is off. Offensive board though for Sperry. Spins, can't get it. Passes it back out over to Bartram. She misses. Her offensive rebound goes to Newman. No good. He gets a board again, throws it back up and it misses. And this time Sprague controls. McFetrich here across half court. Passes it over. Far side to Haas. Now she drives, steps back, picks up her dribble in the far corner. Passes to McFetrich off her foot, out of bounds. Turnover for Sprague, and on comes some subs here for the Irish. Kayla Curtin checks in, getting her first playing time. Along with Lauren Rigg for the Irish, replacing Skurlock and Newman. Right side is Bartram. Now top of the key, Sperry. Passes it over to the far sideline. Skip pass now near side. Pass down low to Sperry. Bounce pass taken away there by Beyrouti of Sprague. Quickly the other way. Ball taken away by Washington. No one back. An easy layup for the Irish as Washington converts with ease. She has 6 points. 62-32, 2:15 to go. In this one, pass down low, it goes for Sprague. A shot is up and off, barely takes iron. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sprague, and it becomes Sheldon ball again.
Yeah, nice try by Sprague trying to get the ball inside, but because they're undersized, they're not able to get the ball up over the extended arms of Sheldon.
Left side is Kayla Curtin, looks for a cutter, finds Washington. 3-point attempt on the right wing is off iron. Long rebound goes out of bounds, not touching anyone. So it becomes Sprague basketball again. There's 3 more subs check in here for the Olympians. Actually just 2, pardon me. Ellie Ruiz getting her first action in this one, along with Makaravitz for Sprague. 62-32. A minute and a half left here in this one. Driving now is Ruiz. Spin move, throws a wild fading shot and it rims in. Ellie Ruiz, what a nice move that was. Found the bottom of the bucket. Pass down low into Rigg. Her shot is off the backboard, no good. Rebound goes to the 5'3" Ellie Ruiz. Abby Haas across the timeline here for Sprague. A minute, 10 seconds to go here in regulation. Pass down low into Makaravich, and it goes off the bottom of the rim. No good. A rebound to Sperry for Sheldon. Pass into Washington. Her floater is off. No good. A whistle and a foul as 2 players collide. Washington down for the Irish. She gets back up. Team foul number 10. It means 2 free throws here for Sprague. That means Israel will head to the line for a couple shots for Sprague. 62-34, pardon me. 58.4 left here in regulation. Israel into the game here for the first time in the last minute or so, getting her shot here from the free throw line. First one, short, just takes iron. That foul, the second, by the way, on Lisa Washington for Sheldon. Second free throw coming up here for Israel. It's off, rebound, knocked out of bounds, off of Sheldon. Lauren Rigg couldn't control. And Sprague gains another possession.
The Sprague team not giving up, showing fight at the end of the game.
Haas to inbound here for Sprague. Gets it down low. Ball tipped away, taken there by Makaravich. Throws it back up and it drops off the glass. A nice finish there for Elise Makaravich. Now going the other way is Sheldon. Far side, Kayla Curtin past the top of the key to Bartram. Now right wing, Washington controls for this Sheldon team. Spin move, Washington pass into the corner for Curtin, but a foul on the drive with 30.7 seconds left. Team foul number 5, so just a common foul here. Actually, an inbounds from the front of their own student section. Washington passes in the corner. Curtin, top of the key now. Back to Washington. Ball goes between her legs. Out of bounds. And a turnover for the Irish. 62-36 the score. 20 seconds left. Sprague might be one final possession here on the offensive end. Pass down, low ball knocked away, out of bounds. Nice hands there by Sperry of the Irish. Goes off her, out of bounds. Sprague inbound here with 13.2 left. Haas looking for a passer. Into the corner it goes to Pump fakes the 3. Now top of the key to Ruiz. Crossover, go behind the back into the lane. Throws the ball, shot off balance. It misses. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sprague. 3.9 left, and that will just about do it here. Sheldon will waste the rest of the clock, and they will improve to 15-4 as you hear the final buzzer sound. And that does it here from Sheldon High School. Your final score, 62-36. The Irish win this one, running away with it in the second half. It was close, at least competitive at halftime, but a big third quarter for Sheldon, the difference here in this one.
Yeah, nice job by Sheldon being out and attacking in the third quarter, getting that lead back up to 30. And you just got to continue that momentum as you continue to go into the rest of the Southwestern Conference play. Every game counts up to this point, and you can't overlook any opponents. I know if you look under the schedule next Friday, they have South Medford coming to Eugene to take on this Irish team, but you can't look at that yet. You still have to compete against Roseburg and Willamette, so you have to take into consideration those teams. And if you play a second quarter like you did tonight, you may take another loss, and that's deadly when it comes to conference play.
Good news for Sheldon is other quarters were pretty darn good. The first quarter 29-6, third quarter 18-6, fourth quarter a lot of their subs in. They lost by 2, 11-9, but still second quarter not the best, but the first and third quarters was vintage Sheldon basketball. They cannot be stopped in either of those two frames.
Yeah, and they started to create a lot more turnovers. 26 turnovers for the game for Sprague in total. So if you're this Irish team, you're going to need to create turnovers. If you want to win, you got to create those turnovers. You got to get those easy baskets. You got to make your free throws. You got to do all this simple stuff correctly. And always know where the open person is, because a lot of times these teams play 2-3 zones, and so a lot of times there's this help side defense and you have someone open. Know where that open person is and get it, swing past it to them, and a lot of times they'll have an open three. So create those turnovers and you'll get a lot of easy baskets.
Some final stats here first for the Sprague Olympians. They're led on the offensive end by Sofina off the bench, 7 points, 5 of them coming from the free throw line. She also hauled down a couple of rebounds. 6 points for Natalie Bach, the starting guard at 5'5". She had a rebound as well. Also Abby McFetridge, 4 points to go with a team high 7 rebounds. 3 points as well for Taryn Simons, Quincy Beirudi, and Kaya Brown. 2 points for Becky Harmon and Ellie Ruiz, and 1 point for Abby Haas. Now for the Sheldon team, they're paced offensively off the bench by Macy Rainen, 18 points, a couple of rebounds as well. Also in double figures for Sheldon, the junior guard Fallon Hansen. She had 14 points to go with the rebound. 10 points for Cami Walk, also to go with those 5 rebounds. All elsewhere for Sheldon, 6 points for Lisa Washington, 4 points each for Alyssa Mirabile and Emma Newman, 3 points for Natalie Bartram and Michaela Skurlock. The win improved Sheldon to 15-5. They are still 6-1 in Southwest Conference play. As you mentioned, they have a couple of road games up next. The 2nd of February at Roseburg, the 6th at Willamette, and the 8th home here versus South Medford. That game you can find right here on SheldonAthletics.com. For Sprague, up next, they have a home date with South Salem on the 2nd, a home game versus West Salem on the 6th, and on the road at McKay on the 9th. Once again, the final score here from Sheldon High School. The Irish are winners, 62-36, and they are now 15-4 on the year. Thanks for listening and watching on SheldonAthletics.com. Thanks to my partner, Giovanni Polito. Thanks to our cameraman, Jason Humphrey. My name is Mark Randy, signing off. We'll talk to you again on Friday for more Sheldon basketball right here on SheldonAthletics.com.